The longest government shutdown in history, creating a nightmare for Americans from all walks of life. Democrats voting against reopening the government more than a dozen times, as you've heard. And what if I told you they were doing it for political leverage? I mean, don't take my word for it. Listen to them.
Shutdowns are terrible for everybody. But what it shows here is an absolute failure on the Republicans' part to put the American people first.
And you reopen the government, and we lose our leverage, and they say, well, you know, we want this, we want that. No.
Well, that's horrible for all of us, but especially those relying on government paychecks. They are federal workers, the exact people Democrats claim they are trying to help.
I never thought that I would call a congresswoman's office crying because I'm afraid for my children.
Yeah.
And that I'm so tired of not being heard by the people who are supposed to help me when I call. I'm doing everything I possibly can to survive. And to hear everything that's happening to my friends and my family and people I care about.
That's tough. Let's bring in Republican Congressman Tim Burchett from Tennessee. He sits on the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. Congressman Burchett, you posted that, and it drew my attention. And then we heard from Tricia McLaughlin this morning. There are TSA agents sleeping in cars, and I have heard personal stories about military members, taking out loans just to pay their mortgage. Why is this happening?
The Democrats have completely capitulated to their innermost horrible thoughts, really. They voted 15 times, I think, overall to keep the government shut down. It's clearly Chuck Schumer doing this, as you earlier reported, that he hears footsteps in the background, and those footsteps are Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, no question. She announces she's going to run. She'll raise $10 million in over a weekend. Schumer knows it. He's got to appease this far-left base. He needs a demon, and he blames everything on Trump. Trump doesn't even have a dadgum vote. His own people have voted 14 times in the Senate, 1 time in the House to shut the government down. They are completely at fault here. And, you know, it just shows the capitulation of our national media to the far left. And it's horrible, really. They're using these folks as hostage, and it's wrong. It's completely wrong. And we need to, you know, America needs to wake up and realize what's going on. They're being used. And now with Obamacare, they're talking, you know, Schumer's latest plan to give the insurance companies $35 billion more dollars. They're the ones that are showing these multi-billion-dollar profits. You don't hear Warren or any of the others, you know, hollering about the insurance companies. And because if you check their campaign coffers, that's why. They know it's just like the NGOs. They know if they pump enough money into them, they'll pump that money right back into their campaigns. And that's exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, it's sad. Another story, some may find it sad, others may not. Nancy Pelosi is retiring. She's stepping aside after 40 years. You are very passionate about stocks and ensuring that they are not being used in any way that's nefarious, but I want to play a moment from Nancy's career where she's pressed by none other than Jake Tapper on stock trades.
Nancy Pelosi became rich.
Why do you have to read that? We're here to talk about the 60th anniversary of Medicaid. That's what I agreed to come to talk about.
Yeah, but I wanted
what that means in the election.
I wanted to give you a chance just to respond. He accused you of insider trading. What's your response to that?
That's ridiculous.
I mean, a lot of people follow what Nancy Pelosi does with trades because she performs quite well. Your thoughts on what needs to happen in Congress?
Well, if you're making 300-400% return on your investments, you don't need to be working in Washington, D.C. You need to be working on Wall Street. And that's why they're fighting myself and Anna Polina Luna so hard on this. Both parties are. We've got to stop this thing. Go on the Unusual Whales website and just look at the top 100. Heck, Pelosi's not even in the top 10. This thing is ridiculous. America knows what's going on. You know, I make these skateboards. I always say it's cheaper than a psychiatrist, and people are wanting to buy them. I check with the ethics people. I've got to get a lawyer. I've got to get a business plan. But if you want to do insider stock trading, become a member of Congress. You're more than welcome to do it. And we've just seen a perfect example of that.
You know, Congressman Tim Burchett, you are my husband's favorite member of Congress, Sean Gilmartin. Please come back very, very soon.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.